Welcome to our Halloween episode of Sports Path. This week we'll update you on all your Fab 5 schools as fall sports creep through section tournaments.
And at the end of the show, we sit down for an interview with Atta Claremont and Busquets Judy of the North Boys soccer team for an exclusive TV 19 interview, which Sam is going to knock right out.
You got it, John. It's going to be a scary good show, so grab a treat and stay tuned as we take you down the Sports Path.
Everything this guy touches turns to gold.
Ground ball finds the hole up the middle.
Steps up, goes deep left side, receiver open, counting, touchdown Titans! Takes a nice shot outside the goal box and he will break the 0-0 tie. Fantastic shot by Kenloff Solon.
Giller makes a move, a good one, opportunity here, the Bears score! The Bears strike first.
He's at the 40, he's down to the 30, the 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Jalen Bryan. Why not? What a beautiful run.
Maureen there, fights her off the puck, opportunity here, another sit, and a goal! Second chance effort for the Pioneers.
Put the icing on the cake, if you will, Mike. Let it go down and got to the outside and said good evening and good night.
Welcome to Sports Path. We've got a spooky show for you. I am your host, Spooky Sam Erickson, and he is John Monster Miller, and this is our special Halloween episode of Sports Path. Decided to dress things up a bit and have some fun around here for Halloween.
That's right, Sam, and it's also the end of October, which means the fall section playoffs are underway. Soccer section tournaments have wrapped up and state tournaments are just around the corner. Your Fab 5 schools represented well in the section tournaments with high seeds across the board.
Yeah, we will get to those section brackets throughout the show, but first let's start out with some football highlights from the regular season. And we were down at Tartan as they hosted Hastings in the final game of the year.
Yeah, let's take you to Tartan High School for the Tartan versus Hastings boys. Tartan starting down 20-0, but Marco Hernandez throws it to Jordan Thompson. He streaks down the sideline, getting pushed out right before the end zone. This would set up a Tartan touchdown by Marco Hernandez, his first rushing touchdown of the year. After an extra point, that Tartan would only be down 20-7, but now it's 33-7. Marco Hernandez scrambles around, pulls his Johnny Manziel-like play, throws it in the back of the end zone. Benjamin Broom just happens to be there. Pass interference on the play. Touchdown will count. That gives Hastings now a 33-13 lead as Tartan cracks into it, but there's only 10 seconds left. Tartan would go for two, but a nice smackdown there by the defensive end of Hastings. And then we'll see right here, Tartan would actually go for the onside kick. We'll see who gets this one. It looks like Hastings originally comes up with the ball, but Tartan would actually come away with this one. It was senior night, so we'll see if Tartan can do anything to end the game on a high note in the seniors' last game of the year and their last game in their career. Marco Hernandez pulling off his very Aaron Rodgers-like impression, throwing a deep ball to the end zone. Javon Walker tipping it back to himself. Cue A.J. Green of last weekend's game for the Bengals. But that would be it for Tartan as they would go down 33-19. Good win there for Hastings, a good high school football.
Yeah, one heck of a play there. So that was our first game. Going to move on to our second game we have highlights of, and that is Roseville and White Bear Lake. Got this one courtesy of CTV, as you see a shot of Roseville High School. And after going down 20-0 in the first quarter, we'll pick things up as a little slip screen to Josiah Majest gets White Bear down to the 5-yard line. This one in the second quarter. That sets up this pass. A little fade route to the corner. Blake Charles makes a great move, goes up and gets it to haul in the touchdown and make it 20-6. Roseville in the lead. White Bear would get the extra point, make it 27-7. Now a little bit later, with seconds ticking down in the first half, White Bear gets their second touchdown on the game. Another slip screen to Majest, and then we see that play once again here in the third quarter as Majest gets the Bears inside the 5-yard line, and that one will be capped off by Daniel Lyons as he sneaks it in for the score. That would be it, though, for White Bear Lake scoring as they lose this one 41-20. And now we will take a look at your East Metro Red District standings. And Mahtomedi earned a share of the East Metro Red District title after taking down Park of Cottage Grove 50-40 a few weeks back. The Zephyrs finished the regular season undefeated. South St. Paul also finished the year undefeated, but these two teams missed facing each other this season. Hill Murray near the bottom got their first win under Pete Versich, winning a 13-12 thriller over Simley on October the 14th. Good job by those Pioneers. That team is definitely improving under Versich. No doubt when you have a former NFL player, that comes a little bit easier, and not going to be surprised if this team improves in the coming years. It's good stuff here for football in Minnesota as well, right, John?
Yeah, exactly. Mahtomedi having a heck of a year. But over in the East Metro Blue Division, White Bear Lake had a tough season. The Bears struggled to find a win throughout the season under head coach Ryan Bartlett. Coach Bartlett had some creative ways to get points on the board with some odd lineups for two-point conversions, kind of like Oregon college football. But without touchdowns, the Bears couldn't ever get a sizable lead on their opponents.
Yeah, so tough luck. So we'll take a look now at the 6A football seeding. This is Class 4 6A, and you see White Bear Lake, they're getting the 8th seed. They'll play Rosemont. They did play Rosemont earlier this year. They're going to play that one on the 28th. Earlier, they played, there was the opening game of the season where White Bear Lake lost 31-14. Rosemont went on to go 7-1 in the regular season. And as the number 1 seed, they are likely to move past the Bears and on to the next round. Good luck, though, to the Bears on a tough section tournament game.
Yeah, now let's go to Section 4 5A. North St. Paul gets the 6th seed in this section after going to the state tournament a year ago. The Polars take on St. Paul Central. Mahtomedi is the 1 seed and the sure favorite to win this section. The Zephyrs face Minneapolis Washburn at home on the 29th in the semifinals. Good luck to Mahtomedi. Let's win a state title. The last Fab 5 school that we haven't talked about yet is Hill Murray. They are in Section 3 4A and played St. Paul Johnson. They pulled off a big 55-27 upset in the 3 seed and now play the 2 seed New Life Academy on the 29th of October as well, Sam. Well, that does it for football. Now we're going to get into volleyball before we take our first break. We got highlights of 3 games we've done here recently on TV19, and we'll start off with White Bear Lake Senior Night when they hosted Park of Cottage Grove.
That's right. I'm going to handle those highlights for us. You see the gymnasium there at White Bear Lake. And Park of Cottage Grove would get the win in the first set here as Hannah Mortensen gets the kill. And Park would take it 25-15. They would take set 2 as well. You see the score there, 25-17. And so we will pick this one up in set number 3. Park had an 8-point lead, but White Bear Lake's going to climb back into it a little bit, getting the point there, making it 18-11 as the block goes out of bounds. And a bit of creative play as it's knocked over. Dig unable to be handled by Park, and it's now 18-12.
White Bear looking to make a run.
White Bear Lake would get a point. Well, that's about as close as they would get, I should say. As things are 23-17, they get a little bit closer there as they make it 23-18. But Park would be a little bit too much there as in the third set, Hannah Mortensen gets the kill. She'll finish it off, get the third set victory, 25-18. Park takes this one 3-0, and that finishes off the regular season for White Bear Lake, where they ended with a record of 3-16.
Yes, and now let's take a look at the Tartan vs. Hill girls volleyball game. First set was tied up. But Tartan would go on a little bit of a run here to end the first set. Nice little spike there by Megan LeMay, putting Tartan up 18-17. Then a bit later, there was a block from number 4, Jessie Bradshaw, as she continues the Tartan lead, pushing them toward a win. In the first set, 25-19. Tartan taking the first set. As you know, in volleyball, you have to win the best 3 out of 5. Now let's see what Hill Murray can do. Moving on to the second set, a big save from number 6. Abby Peterson leads to a hit from number 10, Claire Westby, over the net to an unsuspecting Tartan defense. Set score 1-1. Hill Murray would take that one 25-19. Now let's see if Hill Murray can capitalize on this. Westby with another great spike. She had a heck of a game. Now up 15-10. We have an ace there. And now that would put Hill Murray up 25-18. Hill Murray now up 2-1. And then Hill, after a long volley, quick set from number 11 or 17, Alana St. Cyr gives Tartan a 1-0 lead. And then a spike from Megan LeMay gives them a 2-0 lead. And then a long spike from Hail Mary, number 6, Abby Peterson, out of bounds, gives Tartan a 3-0 lead. What was looking good for Tartan ended up not coming to fruition, as Hail Mary would win that set 25-20, absolutely dominating the last 3 sets there for Hail Mary. Tartan put up quite a good effort, but unfortunately they were no match for Hail Mary.
And we'll take a look at those Metro East volleyball standings after that. You see North St. Paul finished off a very impressive 23-3 regular season, going undefeated 8-0 in the Metro East. The Polars only lost 3 sets the entire conference season. You see Hill Murray finished in second place, losing only to North, and those North Polars finished the year ranked in the top 10 and getting the 2 seed in Section 4 3A. And White Bear had a tough year in the Suburban East, as we saw, going winless in the conference. The Bears ended their year last night, losing to Centennial.
Yeah, now let's take a look at volleyball Section 4 3A. As I said, North St. Paul, or as Sam just said, North St. Paul got the 2 seed in Section 4 3A. Roseville gets the 1 seed, and it looks like it will come down to North versus Roseville again this year. Come on, North. The Polars finished the year ranked ahead of Roseville, but the Raiders were one of 3 teams to beat the Polars this season. We also see Matamidi and Tartan meeting in the sections as well. Tartan would lose their game, and let's see how Matamidi does against Irondale.
Yeah, and we're on location for that game. Matamidi hosting Irondale, the 7-10 matchup, seeing who's going to go on to play North in the quarterfinals. Set goes a little bit awry there for the Zephyrs here in set number 1. Irondale takes the 24-20 lead. And then that one tapped just wide by Natalie Morgan, and Irondale would take that first set 25-20, as you see there. In set number 2, big kill coming in from the Zephyrs, almost flies up and hits one of our cameras. Zephyrs take that one easy, 25-14, so we move on to set 3, where we're all tied up at 15, but Matamidi taking the lead there at 16-15. Hansen getting another impressive kill, then Jenna Pilla touches it over, hits a couple Irondale hands, but eventually goes out of bounds, so the Zephyrs get the point, 17-15 lead. They ride that momentum all the way to set point, where they'll get it right there and take set number 3. So going into set 4, they lead it 2-1. And big block there from Irondale when things were tied up at 1 to give them a 2-1 lead. And that one comes in. Irondale with a 3-1 lead. These are all Leah Damerow getting 3 points in a row to start things for Irondale. They ride that to a set 4 victory. So it's 2 sets apiece, and we go to the pivotal set 5. This one, of course, first to 15. Irondale gets the first point. Then Matamidi thinks they get a point off the block, but a little bit of net interference cancels that out, so Irondale keeps the 2-0 advantage. They get a point there to make it 3-0, and then Matamidi finally gets on the board here, set number 5, with that play to make it 3-1. But Irondale would open up their lead in the next couple points, making it 7-1. And eventually, with a little bit of miscommunication there, make it 8-1. So Irondale surely looking like they're going to go on and win this one. That goes to 15, but Matamidi comes all the way back to tie it at 12. Jenna Pilla showing the heart that she's got there, doesn't want the career to end. The senior gets a nice touch there on the block to make it 13-12. Now with it all tied up at 14, Irondale hits it into the net to make it 15-14 Matamidi. This is set and match point, and for that we go to Jeb Brand on the call.
Match point for Matamidi. Dabrowski, Peril the set, and Damerow sends one over, and that'll do it. The Matamidi Zephyrs come back down by 7 in the 5th set to take this one 16-14.
Yeah, almost a bit of a walk-off win there. Like
so you see it there, Matamidi wins an absolute thriller in 5 sets, coming back huge, down 8-1 in set number 5, ending up taking it 16-14. You see the scores there. It's pretty intense matchup there in the round of 16, and Matamidi is going to go on to play North tomorrow night, and we will in fact be there for that game as well. And we look forward to that one.
Yeah, those games really get your heart pumping, don't they, Sam? But let's take a look at the Section 4 AA standings. Section 4 AA, Hill Murray got the 2 seed after a 7-2 record in the Metro East. 15-13 overall. Hill Murray just got things underway as we speak in the opening round against St. Croix Prep. So we'll get you updated with that score later on.
Well, that is that for volleyball. We are going to cover soccer when we get back. Stay tuned.
Take a good look at yourself. Oh, yeah. Check that smooth backside. No, really, check it. If you're a man over 50, you're in the group most likely to develop skin cancer, including melanoma. When detected early, skin cancer is highly treatable. Check yourself out and find someone else to help. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
Hey TV 19 sports fans, do you have what it takes to film your kids' athletic events? We see you out there with your camcorders recording the game. How would you like to be part of Real TV broadcasts? We're always looking for volunteers to help us out at different shoots. We broadcast a wide range of things, including high school athletic events, band and choir concerts, summer parades, and concerts in the park. All you have to do is call Arlen Becker at the contact info listed on the screen, and you could be a part of Real TV production. No experience necessary.
Yeah, it's a great experience. Come join our team. Well, welcome back. John Miller, Sam Erickson with you here in the Sports Pass studio, where, as you can see, things are a little bit dressed up for Halloween. We do have a great show for you this week, and with football and volleyball out of the way, we will get to our soccer coverage, starting with the girls. And the Section 4A tournament was a good one this year, complete with lots of drama. Mahtomedi went undefeated in the Metro East and earned themselves the number 2 seed. Hill Murray was a young team this year, but finished second in the Metro East and ended up with the 4 seed. Now, this thing really didn't get interesting until the semifinals. As you see, Hill upset the number 1 seed Minnehaha Academy. This opened the door for Mahtomedi, who expectedly got past De La Salle and reached the final against the Pioneers. Although Mott beat Hill 1-0 in the regular season, the young Pioneers reversed that outcome in the second matchup, punching their ticket to the state tournament. Hill Murray got the number 4 seed in the state tournament and will face Waconia in their opening match on October 27th. Congrats, Hill Murray, and good luck at state.
All right, Sam, let's look at the Section 4 AA bracket. We see that Tartan North lost their opening round games. White Bear Lake made it to the semifinals, but were beaten by a very good Stillwater team 1-0. The Ponies ended up getting beat by East Ridge 4-0 in the final, so the Raptors will head to state. Pretty good year for the Bears and a very strong region for the girls soccer here in Minnesota, Sam.
Yeah, well, there was a look at our girls soccer. You know, good luck to that young Pioneers team that I feel like will only get better the next couple of years, maybe even get a title, you know, with that freshman-heavy team making it to the state tournament this year. So with that, girls out of the way, now we'll look at the boys' side of things. And first off, in Section 4A.
Yeah, let's look at the Section 4A bracket. As you just said, we see Mahtomedi and Hill Murray. Mott easily rolled into the semifinals, while Hill upset 3 seed St. Croix Prep to get into the semis themselves. Things look good for Mahtomedi after St. Paul Harding took out the number 1 seed in the quarters. The Zephyrs ended up beating Harding 2-1 to get to the finals. Hill lost to 2 seed Como Park in their semifinal matchup, leading to the final where Mahtomedi, where they would lose to Como Park 1-0. So nice run for the Zephyrs. They're another fairly young team that can build on their success from going to 2016 and 2017.
And looking at Section 4 2A, North St. Paul was our team to watch in this section, and we'll definitely get more in-depth info into that section tournament and kind of the entire season in general in our upcoming interview. But first, we'll take a quick look at the bracket. Now, the Polars got the 3 seed and were one of 3 teams in this section ranked in the top 10 in state, with both Stillwater and East Ridge ranked ahead of them. North took out Hastings in the quarters easily, getting past the Hastings Raiders 5-0. Then they traveled to East Ridge in the semis and upset the Raptors on penalty kicks to get to the finals, where they faced off against undefeated #1 ranked Stillwater. And unfortunately for the Polars, they couldn't get past the Ponies, and Stillwater will head to the state tournament, but we're not going to dwell on that too much.
Yeah, well, that just about wraps up our soccer coverage, but we got an exciting interview coming up with a couple of stars of the North St. Paul soccer team. We'll get their reaction to what went down this year and what we can expect from them next season. We've got Otto Klarman and Busquets Judy in the studio coming up next. Welcome back, TV19 sports fans. Are there some big games on there that you would like us to cover? We're always accepting requests to cover your Fab 5 athletic events. All you have to do is to suggest a game for us to cover and contact us through our Facebook page. Go to facebook.com, TV19 Sports. Follow us on Twitter at TV19 Sports. While you're at it, take a look at the great content we post on all those pages.
Well, welcome back to the Sports Pass studio once again. I am Sam Erickson here with John Miller. And as we promised, we do have a very special interview coming up for you with Otto Klarman and Busquets Judy. They sit just on the other side of this desk right now. But first, we have a special segment for you, and we didn't want to forget about it.
All right, now we'll look, folks, it's that time again for our Players of the Week. For our Players of the Week, for the Male Athlete of the Week, we have #1, Jalen Fry. On October 14th, he led Mahtomedi to a 50-40 win over Park of Cottage Grove. He had 35 rushes for 276 yards for 4 touchdowns. Now we'll look at the Hill Murray girls volleyball. Claire Westby is our Female Athlete of the Week. On October 19th, October 18th, the game that Sam just covered, Hill Murray, she led her team to a 3-1 win. She was all over the court with some great spikes, some great kills. So congratulations to those two players and our Fab 5 school athletes. Keep up the great work, and you just might be our next Athletes of the Week.
That's right, and I think we got a former Athlete of the Week with us right now, and we're back on set. We are joined by Otto Klarman and Busquets Judy, a few North boys soccer athletes. A little bit of fact about these guys, as they are originally from the island nation of Haiti. And why don't you just start off, Otto, by telling us a little bit about Haiti, you know, where it is on the map and maybe how big it is. You want to tell us a little bit about Haiti, where it is?
Yeah, it's like in the highland in the ocean. Yeah.
And how big, like compared to the United States, how big would you say Haiti is?
I was like a little smaller than United States. Like, yeah.
A little smaller or a lot smaller?
A lot smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, why don't you tell us a little bit about how you got here to the U.S. I know you guys were involved with the Schwann's Cup a little bit. Maybe tell me about how you first came to the United States, Busquets.
Oh, first time we come to the United States, it was in June 11, 2013. We come in to play Schwann's Cup for the Asian team. So we played 26 games. So we won the first tournament. In the second tournament, we lost in the final against a team from Costa Rican.
Yeah. And for some of you, sorry, Busquets, for some of you that aren't as familiar with the Schwann Cup, a big international youth soccer tournament held here in Blaine every year. So no surprise to see teams from Haiti, you see a team from Costa Rica that you mentioned, all over the globe, and a great way to kind of grow the sport here in Minnesota, but then also give a chance for a lot of people around the globe to come here and see things here in the United States and have some connections. Well, let's talk a little bit about when you guys were in Haiti. Otto, what kind of, how did you start playing soccer? Were you on an organized team right away, or did you start out playing at your home in your neighborhood?
I think I started playing soccer in my neighborhood with my friends, and with my friends, and we're playing all day, like 6 hours.
And that was like your favorite thing to do?
Yeah.
How young were you when this was happening?
I was 8 years old.
And so how did you get connected with, say, the team that you went to the Schwann Cup with in Haiti? How did you join up with that team?
I started playing soccer in the street, and the coach was looking for people who was like good at soccer, and the coach like saw me, and then he saw me like I have a good talent, so I can join the team. So I joined the team, and then it kept me.
Did you have to try out, or did he just know that you were going to be good enough?
Yeah, I just know I'm going to be good enough.
And for you, Busquets, was it kind of the same thing, or did you start out playing with the team right away, or did it take you a while to join?
I mean, people tell me there's a club, so I can go play. So I never decided to go because my parents won't let me. So there was one day I wake up and like, I should go and practice with the team. So I went there and practice with the team. So the coach want to keep me. And still, my parents won't let me go play. So the coach decided to come to my house, talk to my parents. So they let me go play in the team.
Well, it's a very good thing that they did because it gave you some great opportunities, and I'm sure the people and coaches at North St. Paul are very happy that you're here playing with them. Jumping ahead a little bit here at North, what is your favorite part about playing soccer at North St. Paul?
My favorite part of playing soccer about North St. Paul is like playing in front of the fan and play in front of my teammates.
Busquets, do you have a favorite part about playing for North?
I mean, I'm happy to be in the team, so, and I also like to play to show the team that I have care about them so much, like to be in the team. I mean, this team means like a family to us, like my friend, my family, even my coach, so. Yeah.
It's a no wonder you're such a great assist man. Sound like a great teammate and all of that. Did you guys have any favorite individual moments this year? Maybe a goal or a game that you won? Any individual moments stand out for you, Ada?
My goal is win state next year and practice hard every day and keep my heads up, and yeah.
What about you, Busquets? Do you have any goals for next year? Is it to get to that state tournament, maybe beat Stillwater this time?
I mean, my goal is to do whatever it takes to bring the team to state next year. So I would like to push them like they push me, so to make the team even better than we never could. Yeah.
Well, we definitely wish you guys the best of luck. Want to thank you so much for taking a little bit out of your time to come and talk with us here in studio, and definitely wish you luck next year. These guys are only juniors, already lighting up the scoreboard and setting some records here in the state of Minnesota, so expect big things from them next year, and let's hope a state tournament and, more importantly, a state title. Maybe we'll have you back in studio to show off that state championship trophy next year. Well, that should just about do it here for us on Sports Path. We'll catch you 2 weeks from today, live at 7 p.m. We want to thank you for watching.
Deep left side to the end zone, and big Jovan Walker comes down with the score. Good to see senior night, the big man goes up and gets it.